Hi guys, driving out of COE in my Persona. Okay, so what has happened? Today is Tuesday, all right, and last Monday was the preview event, okay, of the Persona here in COE. You would have watched our videos from that event earlier. So today, why am I here? Because what happened on that day, on the Sunday before that preview, my Persona overheated. Okay, now you remember earlier, in an even earlier video, this car already faced an issue with overheating, and I sent it to one of their small service centers, and the rectification at that time was to flush the coolant. All right, they helped me flush the coolant out, and so that solved the problem for a while. Right, so for a month the car was just driving normally, no fuss. Then that day, on that Sunday, it was once again a hot day, and we noticed the same symptoms. Okay, engine started knocking. Then the aircon started to feel warm, and that was when my wife and I, sitting in the car, realized, uh-oh, this is happening again. So we drove the car home very, very slowly, and so the temperature gauge supposed to show 3 bar. By the time as we just about to reach home, the 4th bar came on. So once again, called the tow truck. Same tow truck as before, right? The same tow truck as the one that told me earlier. The exact same tow truck came. So this time brought the car into COE on a Sunday afternoon. So I just dropped the car at the parking lot. Then the next morning, Monday, I came to the service reception and handed them the key. All right, so then they worked on the car for a few days. Then Thursday I left the country and headed down to Singapore, and it was, I think, on Thursday that the car was ready. So I told them, well, was it Friday? Thursday or Friday lah. Well, basically I was away lah. The car was ready, and I told them I can only come today to pick the car up. All right, so what did they do? So the cause of the overheating was found to be rust that was originating in the thermostat pipe. So so the rust sediments was clogging the radiator up, and that was what caused the engine to overheat. And so they have changed a new radiator for me. They have changed, according to this, they have changed the thermostat, the whole thermostat pipe. All right, and they have also changed a bypass hose, and also topped in coolant into the car. All right, into the cooling system. All right, guys, so here's the engine bay of my Persona. All right, inside there, down there, is the new radiator that was replaced together with a new thermostat. All right, so it was explained to me the previous solution, in which the service center flushed the coolant out. All right, that worked as a temporal fix because there was rust that originated inside the thermostat pipe. So the rust got into the radiator and clogged some radiator channels, resulting in the loss of efficiency in the cooling system, and that's what caused the engine to overheat. So previously, the previous service center solution of flushing the coolant, what it did was that it also flushed out the rust sediments that were trapped inside the radiator. So that helped restore the radiator's cooling efficiency up to a certain level, and then, but whilst the rust in the thermostat pipe continued to gradually clog up the radiator again, and thus result in a repeat of the overheating process. All right, so so now they have replaced the thermostat pipe. Okay guys, it's been 2 weeks since I got the car back. No recurrence of the overheating issue. That's good. And to recap, the cause of the overheating is a result of rust in the thermostat pipe clogging up the radiator. Right, so yeah, I have not heard of any other instances of the Iris or Persona facing this kind of issue. But if your car kena this kind of kena this before, let me know in the comment section. All right, so I am hoping that this is an isolated case lah. All right, and so the whole warranty claim, the diagnosis and all that, that to me was resolved. The car was ready for collection in a span of 4 days, which I would imagine is it can be a little inconvenient if you are using this as your single car. But for me, it worked out okay because still got extra car at home, and it was the same time that my E39 went in to do, you know, the desal valve replacement thing and the radiator change, right? So yeah, that period of time, that few days, yeah, I only had the Waja as my only working car at home. Yeah, so yeah, then the other thing that was done was an update of the engine and transmission software, which is supposed to reduce it's supposed to improve the transmission smoothness in low speed driving conditions. I would say yep, I noticed it is subtly smoother now, less jerky, or should I say less severe jerking at low speeds. Also, it's supposed to it's supposed to alleviate the knocking problem on RON 95. Yep, so for the past few months I've been fueling this car on RON 97 simply because there were instances, and most notably when I'm going up ramps, all right, slopes, hitting hard throttle, that's when you hear the distinctive crack, 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 crack sound. And so this latest engine software update is supposed to counteract that. And yeah, thus far, last 250 kilometers on RON 95, engine runs without issues. At the highways, at the top end, when I also noticed that the engine is a bit livelier at the top end, more eager to accelerate. So overall, yeah, quite happy with the engine and software update. And the warranty claim process to me was also reasonably handled. All right, no major complaints, because I would assume that if this is really an isolated case, that would really explain the 4-day lead time needed to diagnose and to replace the correct part. All right, because I mean, let's put it this way: if this is a common occurrence, I bet the car would have been done within 2 days, because, you know, overheating, thermostat pipe rust, just change part out team. So yeah. Anyways, if any of you guys face this exact same set of symptoms, drop me a line in the comment section.